Welcome.
Now I gotta ask you about this, and I hate to do it,
Okay.
but I am curious, and I have been. So this whole thing that's been on the internet, the CIARA diaries, where people were talking about you, and they're saying that your former manager, I don't know her personally, but Falana Williams, you know, and she's like exposing all this CIARA business. And I always thought you seemed like a cool person. I didn't know you, but that's the impression that you give. I haven't heard any crazy stories about you until that came out. So I'm wondering, like, do you have any idea where that came from or what that's about?
Well, I can't say, you know, exactly who's saying what, but I mean, the site, what's been put up is very obvious that whoever it is, whether it's, you know, the actual, you know, Sandra, whoever it may be, it's very obvious that they have a mission. And, you know, it honestly became quite entertaining to me because a lot of things that were said weren't true things. And it's funny because I remember reading something about me not working with certain artists when for this record I have.
Right.
But either way, I just said, you know what, it's nothing but a big mess to me, and I chose not to like really entertain it. And like I say, at some point in time, I was like, oh, well, shoot, I'm waiting for episode number 3 too. You know what I mean?
What else did I do?
But I mean, it's very obvious to me because if I have, you know, been able to see different things, and what the person has been doing is doing like, they'll do like a login and you got to put in all kind of crazy stuff. I'm like, and it's very clear because it's only happening to me.
Right.
But also that's a very negative site. And I will say that because I've seen other statements on other people that literally is negative consistently. And you know, I mean, it's just very obvious on what it is, and, you know.
A lot of these gossip sites, though, are very negative, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Oh, totally. I mean, but you also have other sites like A Concrete Loop or, you know, the YBF, to whereas they talk about, I mean, they're going to talk about what happens with the entertainment and the rumors and all that stuff. That's a given. But they also talk about other cool things like what's happening in politics or like what's happening, you know, they put up videos. They do all kind of other cool things outside of just that, like, you know, the gossip. Oh, well, I heard Diddy's doing blah, 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 and I heard, like, you know, that's what that site is. And I think it's nothing but a negative site. And, you know, a lot of things that were said, or a majority of what was said, aren't true things. And I choose not to respond to it. Like, I'm not going to be negative with it. And it's like this saying, like, I don't know the pastor, I mean, the scripture where it comes from, but it's like the whole concept of, like, if a fool is like going off and going crazy, right? Like, if one person's going off and going crazy, they look crazy. And if you turn around and you join them, you look crazy with them.
Right, so just ignore it.
I'm cool on that.
Okay, what actually did happen with your former manager?
Well, I won't get too much into details about it for many different reasons. And like I say, I don't want to say nothing crazy about anybody, but I am no longer working with my old manager. And you know what I mean? We've had really cool years together. We worked very hard together, and I'll never take that away from what it was. And, you know, it's a new day, and new things are happening. And I'm wishing her well with everything she has going on, because she is a hard worker. She's a very, very focused individual, and, you know, I enjoy our years together. She was like family to me, so I have nothing crazy to say.
All right, so what's your new direction now?
Well, my new direction in music, I mean, really just as a businesswoman and as an artist, the ultimate goal is to just do things on the highest level possible, you know what I mean? And to just keep rocking and keep, you know, trying my best to be the best performer I can be. And a writer, like, I'm trying to keep that going, and just really having fun. Like, I think I'm at a place where I feel like it's about just having fun and letting go and just like enjoying myself, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna say I never was enjoying myself, but like, it's like a different way. Like, I'm older now, I don't take certain things as serious as I took other things, you know what I mean? So
right. I was thinking also about you, like, getting into this at such an early age. It must be difficult. Like, do you feel like you never really had a real childhood?
I did. I had a childhood because, like, I made sure I stayed in high school to finish it all the way out before I totally cut everything off. And when I was younger, I traveled around with my family. My father was in the military. My mom was in the Air Force. So I pretty much did, like, the traveling all around, you know what I mean? And I got to just do, like, a lot of normal things. Like, I didn't necessarily have, like, 5 years old now I'm on stage. Like, everything happened for me literally in high school. Like, It's crazy. So, you know what I mean?
Okay, well, that's good. You must have been a real celebrity when you were growing up in high school. Like,
I mean, I definitely was popular in high school.
You were the homecoming queen.
I was, and it was crazy because it was this thing we had, the coming home queen for basketball, like their first time doing something opposite as football. But that was something. And then I was princess like my 9th grade year, and initially, all that fun stuff. You know what I mean?
All right, so you were destined for this. All right, well, CIARA, thank you so much for coming through. It was really a pleasure. I appreciate you answering all my questions.
Oh, but of course.
And I hope we get to talk again, like when your new album comes out.
I'll enjoy it. I enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, CIARA, Shade 45.
Yes.